Hello, I'm Adrian, and welcome to the latest chapter of Analytical Story Battle. If this is your first episode, I highly recommend watching the previous entries, as there is an ongoing original story that is being developed involving characters from both DC and Marvel. Last time Venom fought Spawn, and if you'd like to see what happened, check out the playlist in the description below for all the previous episodes. In today's episode, Wonder Woman from the DC EU will face off against Captain America from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this takes place right after Batman fought Captain America in this original storyline. The aim of this series is to provide an experimental battle where you'll get to hear what's going on in the fighter's mind and see their moment-to-moment thoughts broken down extensively so you can feel like you're in the fight with them. To further immerse you in the fight, it's told from the point of view of the fighters or someone who's present at the scene at hand. And to clarify, I will be making certain modifications to the current storyline in the DC Extended Universe to make these situations happen. For example, although the events of Batman vs Superman did happen, Batman and Wonder Woman did not begin to assemble the Justice League in this story. Without further ado, it's time for another experimental educational battle, a what-if scenario to determine who would win in a hand-to-hand fight, Wonder Woman or Captain America.
Batman, he's you, Captain America tells me as he looks at the screen I tossed over to him. Yes and no, I reply. It's a little more complicated than that. You know how there's a rift in the time-space continuum? How there are multiple universes, multiple Earths, if you will? As unbelievable as it sounds, I know it's true. Well, this Batman is from a world very different from ours. He has villains with extraordinary powers, a woman who can manipulate plant life with her mind, a man who's injected himself with a poison that makes him unbelievably strong, another who's developed a weaponized freezing technology, and he's faced them all in Arkham Asylum. He was even imprisoned in a highly modified version of that place known as Arkham City. The last thing I know about him is that he went up against the Arkham Knight, and then went completely dark. There are reports of him still protecting his Gotham City using a toxin he acquired.
So in other words, he's the Arkhamverse Batman, so to speak.
Yes, I reply.
But if he's Batman, that means that he has had the same or similar past to you. Why would he resort to tearing apart the time-space continuum? Why would he instigate this? He's a hero.
That's what I'm trying to find out, and I'm glad you're here to help me do that. I walk over to him and help him off the ground. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I heal pretty quickly, actually.
Good. We have a lot of work to do. I'm putting together a team to stop him. It's you, Arrow, Black Canary, Daredevil, myself, and I begin to hear a very distinctive jet above us. Wonder Woman. Through the security cameras I can see the dust being kicked off the roof, indicating that her jet has landed. The cloaking device she has on the jet disengages, and she hops off the jet, making her way down to where we are. Moments later, she's standing across from Captain America and myself. Diana, I'm glad you could join us.
Steve?
She says.
Yes, my name is Steve Rogers, actually.
Where is Steve Trevor?
Ma'am, I don't know who you're talking about.
No, I can't believe this is happening. The presence of Captain America, along with Arrow and Daredevil, has directly altered her perception of reality. She's adjusting to the time-space shift and must think that Steve Rogers is somehow connected to her long-dead boyfriend, Steve Trevor. But I have to come up with a way to speed up that adjustment process for her. Captain, there's no time to explain. Try to calm her down while I work on a cure.
What are you talking about, Bruce?
But before he can continue asking questions, I head to the Batcave and seal them both in the large dining and living room. Those walls can't hold them in for long, but I need to buy some time. I rush to the back computer and turn on the surveillance, as in this way I'll be able to monitor them, as well as work on finding a solution. It looks like Cap is continuing to try to make her understand that he is not who she thinks he is, but she is having none of it. She immediately withdraws her sword and shield, and Cap undocks his own shield in retaliation. As she lunges towards him, with her sword drawn, Cap deftly rolls out of the way. The sword plunges itself into the floor, cracking it in the process. While in the air, Cap throws his shield at her and manages to successfully land a hit. But upon its return, Cap suddenly realizes the immense strength that Diana possesses, as even though she took a direct hit from the shield, she remains unfazed. Diana tears her sword from the floor and calmly makes her way towards him. He continues to try to make sense of the situation, but she is completely committed to taking him down. She throws her own shield seconds later, and Cap is flabbergasted at the fact that he just dodged someone else's shield. With superhuman speed, she zips over to retrieve her shield from the wall, and then quickly strikes Cap on the head with it. He goes flying backwards, but is luckily not out of the fight yet. I need to think of something fast. She clearly was susceptible to this environment. I just need to find a way to somehow reverse the polarity of her thoughts to bring her back to the real present reality. As I work on trying to do that, she's already engaging in hand-to-hand combat with Captain America. He begins by trying to disarm the sword from her by way of applying various locks and wrist manipulation techniques, but none seem to work on her. He eventually undocks his shield and literally bashes it against her sword. The vibranium does its job and successfully manages to make the sword fall out of her grasp. The look on Wonder Woman's face changes immediately, and she clocks him across the face with a strong haymaker. He goes flying across the room once again and hits the statue. As he's standing up, she lassos him towards herself and executes a jumping sidekick that sends him across the room again. Steve takes the fall, but is barely holding on.
Where is Steve Trevor?
I don't know him, he manages to eke out.
Then it's because of you that he's not here.
How'd you make that conclusion?
Cap exclaims that right before she punches him straight in the nose. He falls back, and that seems to have really ticked him off. He starts by throwing a high roundhouse, landing a powerful hit on Wonder Woman, followed by a spinning hook kick. That is immediately followed by a spinning sidekick, which successfully pushes her a few feet. He does not let up with the kicks, as he comes in with a flying knee, a low to mid roundhouse, and an axe kick, and finishes up with a powerful push kick. Wonder Woman takes a few steps back. And is that a smirk? Captain America throws his shield at her, and she raises her forearms. The shield immediately hits her bracelets and they glow. As if by magic, the shield stays suspended in midair and begins to glow with power, and a brief second later goes rocketing towards Captain America. Cap, for the umpteenth time, flies across the room and hits the very same statue, now a pile of broken marble more than anything. I need to get in there fast and stop this fight, but how? I just need for her to know the truth, even if it would shock her. That's it. A significant enough bolt of electricity may bring her back to normal. I immediately grab my shock gauntlets and turn them up to maximum voltage. This would kill a normal man or woman, but she is no normal woman. I race to the top of the cave and open the sealed doors, just in time as Wonder Woman is making her way to the defeated Captain America. Catch! I yell as I toss the gloves over to him. He groggily puts them on and begins a boxing combo, but now she is feeling every punch. Jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut. That uppercut really makes her stagger backwards, and I finally see what I was waiting for. Her look immediately softens. I approach her carefully. Diana, you're at Wayne Manor. This man is Steve Rogers, and he has no intent of harming you. He was fighting back in self-defense. You've been subjected to a time rift post-traumatic attack. It interferes with your brain, taps into your emotional cortex, and twists it, bringing up the aggressive and violent side of you, and making you think you're in a different time. Steve Trevor is no longer with us, and he is not standing in front of you. We need your help to stop the man who did all of this.
I understand.
She turns to face Steve.
I am sorry for attacking you. You're an incredible warrior.
Steve seems a little embarrassed.
Thank you, ma'am. You're an amazingly talented combatant as well. I honestly thought I was going to die.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Cap noticeably blushes beneath his torn-up mask. And a moment later, the other member of my team finally arrives, Black Canary. I peep her through the front gate. As she walks in, she's holding exactly what was entrusted to her. Between Black Canary, Green Arrow, Daredevil, Captain America, Wonder Woman, and myself, we're finally gathering the materials we need to execute my plan to confront Arkhamverse Batman. All we need now is the automated teleporter and the stabilization crystal, and we will be able to face him.
For this fight, I felt that Wonder Woman's incredible strength and fighting abilities simply outclassed Captain America's. He's very strong enough to hold a helicopter in place, but he definitely can't lift an armored vehicle like Wonder Woman. Furthermore, though Cap is highly trained in several fighting styles, Wonder Woman has been training to be a warrior since she was a child and has fought with equally skilled and strong training partners for several years. What was also interesting is that Wonder Woman knows exactly how to throw a shield like he does, essentially taking away one of his most useful weapons in his arsenal. But Cap never gives up. That is exactly how he was able to muster up enough strength, even after being defeated in combat, to keep fighting with Batman's shock gloves. And yes, to clarify, this means Wonder Woman won the fight, but with Batman's help, Captain America was able to bring back Diana into reality. What did you think of the fight? Let me know in the comments below, and see you next time. Join my Patreon to get access to cool behind-the-scenes stuff and a bunch of other rewards. Subscribe and you can follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and brand new Facebook fan page, Godzillarex.